What is good, my pack rats? Pac-Man Case here, and as primarily a retro video game collector, today I get to jump into the realm of toys. And we've got some stuff to talk about.
That's what I expected.
So toys, guys, toys are blowing up. I'm primarily a retro video game collector, as I said, but toys are not safe from this retro boom. But retro has now blown up into movies, TV shows, games, vinyl. For the first time in a while, vinyl media sales have outdone CDs. Like, this trend of retro is blowing up everywhere, and toys even are not safe from it. Over the last 10 years, I've really noticed this shift from people that were retro video game collectors have now turned into more retro everything collectors, which there's not a problem with that. Nostalgia comes in all sorts of forms to us, right? It's stuff that we like to ingest from our childhood, things that really brought us joy or made us happy. And so I understand the need and the love for a lot of these old IPs and franchises getting their love back again from people going and buying the old toys. But one thing that I've noticed out of essentially new toys is that that trend has continued into new production lines. So me and my daughter, we were out toy hunting. So we did no video game February. We didn't buy any video games. So I kind of shifted my focus for the month of February onto toys. I checked out what the toy market was like, kind of what was trending, what was popular, how things are crazy. And I really got this open door of how insane the toy market is. I mean, it rivals retro video games more than I have ever seen. I mean, where retro video games, when it gets high in price, it's anywhere from $100, $150 on the average. I would say that toys are anywhere from like $200, $300, $400 for some of these figures that either had limited runs. They were high-end popularity of IPs back in the day, and these things have just blown the F up. Like, it's insane to look at some of this stuff. And as my daughter and I were going through the aisles, we were just going to normal retail stores. So this is the Targets and the Fred Meyers and the Walmarts. Going into the toy aisles, you see maybe 15% of things that are new, things that are kind of, you know, new to kids these days, whether it's LOL surprise dolls, you know, Ryan's World from YouTube or Blippy. Some of these things are new, but for the most part, they're still on the shelf, the same things from back in the 80s and 90s. So for girls, we're talking Barbies are still there. Polly Pockets have came back. On the guys' end, oh my God, it doesn't end. Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, Batman, He-Man action figures, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog action figures, which I actually picked up from that lot. When we were shopping, I found this cool action figure series right now of Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Robotnik, and I found myself like, I have to get these. This is fantastic. This is something I can't just leave on the shelf. But they're capitalizing on the fact that people that have money now in their 20s and 30s that have nostalgia for these things want to pick them up. It's no longer a kids section. It's literally a toy section for people that just love these properties. You know, it blew my mind to see some of this stuff, to see things that have been around for 20 years just come back. The fact that there's like He-Man action figures all over again, and they are classic, just the way that you remember them, you know, back in the late 90s, early 80s, are literally back in full force. And they are pushing that stuff out to not only adults, but also kids. And it's nuts. It's freaking nuts. You know, I still, to this day, I've always had a small box of toys that I just kept from my childhood. And over the last couple years, I found myself wanting, for some reason, to get more and more into the retro toy stuff that I absolutely loved as a kid, things that I want to go back and find. And this market is insane. You know, I'm out there, I'm looking for action figures of The Thing. I'm looking for more Mighty Max toys. I loved my Mighty Max figures. I had 2 of them for a long time. You know, some of this stuff has not came back into production, which has then made it more valuable, which I think they're probably going to turn around and do that at a later time or day. I started my Sabretooth collection. So for a long time I was collecting things here and there that I'd find of Sabretooth, but now I have this itch and I have this drive to collect every toy that I possibly can for Sabretooth and have this awesome showcase of just Sabretooth stuff. Very niche, very, you know, there's not gonna be a whole lot of people behind me in line for that type of stuff, but there's one of me out of 100,000 that is collecting some type of love or nostalgia from these old IPs that they adored. So it's crazy, man. The toy world and collecting and hunting is just a different monster altogether, and I wanted to find out what you guys think about it too. I've been blown away kind of getting back into toys and seeing what's popular, and I'm curious if any of you are toy collectors or if there's certain toys that you guys just can't live without and ones that you want to add to your collection too. You know, there's so many rarities out there and things that people love that I can only imagine that this is just going to continue to blow up. I feel like this whole retro scene that encompasses the video games we played as kids, the toys we played as kids, the movies we watched as kids, is just going to be a hot market. As I did a poll recently and I asked everybody what was the best decade in video games, and almost like 70% said the 90s. And I think that that's just a huge testament to who we are as a culture right now, that we absolutely love our old video games, movies, and toys, and it just shows it. To this day, I still have my Extreme Dinosaur figures, which was a spin-off from Street Sharks, and I think these are the coolest things. You know, I'm gonna say my old man thing, and toys were built better back in the day. It's just these things bring us so much joy, and it's so much fun to collect for. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about toys? What do you think about this crazy world of toy collecting, video game collecting, how big it's getting, that everything that's cool is retro now? I'd be really, really pleased to hear what you guys have to say. So if you guys like what I got going on and you like my silly content, you like what I do here on the Pac-Man Case channel, guys, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time when we make another beautiful Pac-Man Case creation. You guys take care. Later.